I'm Jessica.
Today we are here with our March TBR.
Pour it out.
Anyways, we have what we think is...
There's 10, I counted.
Okay, we're gonna pick
4 each?
4
I mean,
each,
we can
and then
pick 5 each. Why not?
Sure, we're gonna each pick 5, and then if we feel like it, we'll have a freestyle pick. So...
Well, we're definitely gonna read more than 5 books, I would think.
I don't...
I'm
gonna try my best.
Okay. You go first.
Okay. Okay, the first prompt is a person on the cover wearing something green.
Okay.
I don't know, like, what people
Well,
covers I want to
people.
read at this point.
Oh, I got green cover.
Okay, that's pretty easy.
Yeah. I think I have something
Like,
in mind
you
already.
know what? What?
Well, I'll have some options.
You know what's to say on your TBR? The Iron King.
Yeah.
That's what I immediately thought, just because of the plants. Okay. A New Orleans or Louisiana setting.
Or Mardi Gras.
I want something vampire.
Okay.
But I'm going to have to outsource this, I think. Which kind of defeats the purpose, but that's okay.
Woodland creature on the cover. How
so cute. Okay, next. Flowers on the cover. Okay.
I have something in mind that you could do for that. It was on your TBR before.
Yeah.
Oh! Read a mystery in March! March mystery. Get it? They post over the M.
That's cute. You know what you should do? If you're a real fan? People read Little Women in March because it's the March Sisters.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah. I don't know if I can emotionally handle reading that right now. But.
That's more of like a fall winter read to me, but that's just my opinion.
Okay. Gold or money on the cover? I don't know what book would have money on the cover. Besides, I can think of 2. There was like a lottery romance that was going around for a while.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Sarah Crowley got some like an arc of it.
Putting that one back. I think you need that one anyways.
Okay.
Irish setting. I got the
Jenny
Irish
Colgan,
setting. You got the
right?
Yes. I got the Irish. You got the New
Yeah,
Orleans.
that's true. Wow. Wonder what it is. Luck or Lucky in the title. Wow.
How did that happen? And last, magical cover. Okay, that's easy.
Okay.
All right, let's
I'm
go
not
on a
feeling
scavenger hunt.
very optimistic.
What's the problem?
I'm starting to realize why we started not doing the TBR jar anymore.
Also, I didn't pick anything extra, did you?
No.
Me neither. Okay.
I don't
I
have
have
faith in
things
myself.
in mind, but it's okay.
Well, if anything, you're starting 2 series, so maybe you'll want to pick up the second book, you know? That's what I was thinking with mine.
Okay, the hardest thing was definitely the setting.
I don't even
Because,
know where my
wow,
paper
every
is.
time I thought, oh, I got the book. It was set in Scotland.
I had 2 books I thought of that were set
Not
in Georgia.
Ireland.
And not Louisiana, so.
Okay,
that was
so
fun.
I have read 4 other books by Tana French, which is what's the series called? The Dublin Murder Squad.
Slay.
And her first book of the series, In the Woods, is actually a show, and I watched the show
I
also.
remember when you were reading those.
So I've read, it says I've read 4. I don't remember reading the 4th one, but it says I read it in 2020. So whatever. I'm reading the 5th one. They all follow different people, so it doesn't matter. But this is about someone on the Dublin Murder Squad solving a mystery. That's all we really need to know. I'm guessing it's a homicide. Let's see. Yep, it is. Look at that. Okay. So that's what we're doing for the Irish setting after much deliberation.
It's been a long time.
It's been a moment.
Okay. My setting book was a book set in New Orleans or just Louisiana. I found lots in Savannah, just the greater swamp area. Nothing in Louisiana until I borrowed a book from the library. Mom was like, oh, look at this one. And I'm like,
It is set in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Not just Louisiana.
New Orleans. Live music. Endless drinks. Brightly colored attractions. The perfect place for a party. The bride-to-be. The best friend. The cousin. The mother-in-law. The sister. The groom's friend. Bachelorette begins on a Friday night. All 6 women are excited for a chance to escape their everyday lives. But then friendly rivalries turn vicious and a game of truth or dare turns deadly.
Mm-hmm.
By the end of the weekend, one of them will be dead. It's short. It's a little guy.
It's a fast read.
I'm so excited. I haven't read a thriller
yet
this year. I mean, I don't really count Beautiful Ugly as a thriller. I wasn't thrilled by it. Like, I wasn't like...
I forgot about that book.
Right. That's my point.
Yeah,
it didn't, like, leave an impression on you.
Okay. Next for magical cover, I decided to pick up all of my books that are green, and I didn't do that on purpose. It just kind of happened to work out that way. But I picked up Wildwood Whispers by Willa Reese. This is like a lyrical contemporary book, but it has like magical realism also. So this girl's best friend suddenly dies, and she promised her, I guess, that she would go visit her small town in the Appalachian Mountains. But when she gets there, she's like, there's something interesting about this town. And, it says, a threat lingers in the woods, one that may have something to do with Sarah's untimely death. What? And it now has it set on Mel. Well, I could have picked this for a mystery, maybe. Oh well. I've had this on my shelf for a long time. I love the cover. I love the moths. Mm-hmm. It has like...
The little... Are they like light... Like fireflies in a jar?
Know. But then there's like this sparkly situation that makes it look magical.
Yes.
So
vibes.
I'm really excited to read this actually. I'm kind of glad this made me do it because I've had it on my shelf for a while.
Okay, next up we have gold or money on the cover, and I thought this definitely could count as gold. It was between this and City of Brass, actually, and I feel like they're kind of similar vibes, but right now I feel like I can only handle a YA fantasy. Is this fair? Is that fair?
City of Brass is so good.
I understand.
It's kind of disappointing that you didn't pick that, actually.
I have it right there because I switched and then I switched back.
Okay, well, if this is bad, then you could read that and it would definitely be good.
Definitely have, I feel like, brain-wise, been more YA. I've been more, on the underdeveloped brain side. I don't know. Anyways, this just seems like a classic fantasy story. It says, this Woven Kingdom is a story of clashing empires, forbidden romance, and a long-forgotten queen who must claw her way through darkness to reclaim her throne, rebuild her kingdom, and save her people from the half-lives they've been forced to live. So, like, that could go with most fantasy books. So I just feel like it'll be good for the brain. And Stephanie Garber has a thick blurb on the back. So we'll see. If it is a series, since it is a series, read this book and we'll reevaluate.
Okay, for a mystery, I decided to pick up the only Shea Earnshaw book that I have not read, which is A History of Wild Places. And this is about this guy that is notorious for locating missing people, and he's usually hired by families as a last resort, and so he goes to this reclusive community, but then he disappears. Oh, so he disappears. I thought he was going there to help find someone.
Well, that's his intentions, but then he disappears too.
Oh, and then someone discovers his missing truck, and so... Oh, this sounds like The Village, kind of. No one's allowed in or out.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I really, really liked it.
Okay, I'm glad you liked it because I really loved The Wicked Deep. I liked Okay Winterwood. I absolutely did not like
I don't know anyone
What
that
was
did.
that book? Wilderness of Stars or something? Yes. That book was a hot mess.
I'm very excited for her new book.
So I hope that I really like it because I like her writing. I just
at times I think it was a little predictable, but like it's what I wanted to happen.
Yeah, that's okay.
Book, I'm going to talk about my digital one so I don't forget, and that is Luck or Lucky in the title, and that is My Lucky Charm by Courtney Walsh. Another cheesy book. Low-key. This is so smart of me. My boyfriend's going to be here for like over a week for spring break, so I need books I can read, you know,
with
while hanging out with him.
Basically,
like, something I can read, like, and like pause, have a conversation, get back to reading it, then I won't be like confused. So we have like this, and then the Courtney Walsh book will also be great for that. And this just sounds like a bit of a pun of a book, but like it's intentional.
Yeah.
Like it says in the synopsis, she's a happy-go-lucky kind of gal, like that whole thing. And it's her and this guy that like meet at a New Year's party. Months go by. It's obviously around St. Patrick's Day, I'm guessing. And she gets hired to be, is she like this guy's assistant?
Yeah.
He's on a hockey team.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So kind of like a grumpy sunshine type of thing. You
Honestly,
can't go wrong.
he might be my favorite grumpy in a grumpy sunshine situation.
Wow.
Yeah. He's really good at being grumpy. He's like really good. Okay. For Woodland Creature on the cover, I just got this book from Book of the Month last month. And I just finished The Snow Child, also by this author, and it was so good, but it was so gut-wrenchingly sad. So I'm hoping this book is like the beauty and the lyrical qualities of The Snow Child, but more of a mystery. So this is about this woman that's a single mom, and they live in Alaska. I think all of her books are set in Alaska. She's kind of struggling, and then there's this guy named Arthur who just appears in their town. He's kind of reclusive, and they start a relationship, but like it's almost like everyone in the town is warning her not to get in a relationship with him for whatever reason. And so I think she ends up like moving to his house where he lives like out in the middle of nowhere. And at first it's good, and she takes her daughter with her, obviously. But then she discovers something about him that's, like, dangerous. And I'm wondering if Mans turns into a bear.
That's crazy.
Like, that would be wild, wouldn't it? But I don't know. That's just a guess. I don't know anything. I don't even know if that's, like... It's not a spoiler because I really don't know. It's just a guess. But I love her writing, and I want to read everything she's ever written because I love it that much. So I thought, why not? This just came out. Do my due diligence and keep reading our book of the months that we're paying for. Yeah. So, you know, there's that one.
This book is also a book to read during spring break.
What is this?
Person on the cover wearing something green. This is the only thing I could think of, and after reading Beach Read, I'm like, it's been 4 or 5 years since I read this, and I just want to know how I feel about it. Like, do you
like it? Did you like Beach Read? I don't even know.
Yeah, I did. It's not my favorite just because, like, her books, it's going to be the people you relate to the most that I feel like you like. I did really like it. I felt really bad for January pretty much the whole time. So, yeah.
I related to her.
Yeah. It was definitely, I feel like it was almost the most literary fiction of all of her books.
Yeah.
This is, I feel like, the most rom-com of all of them. This follows Alex and Poppy. It's a friends to lovers, then and now. And they initially meet in college. Every year they go on vacations together, like just as friends. They start feeling for each other, whatever. Something happens. They don't talk. but I guess they agree. I can't remember how it happens, but they agree to go on one last vacation together. And so you're following this one, and then like the vacations leading up to when they kind of had their friendship breakup situation. But it's set in Palm Springs. Most things that could go wrong, go wrong. It's just pretty entertaining. And I initially rated this like 5 stars, but because it was my first Emily Henry book, there's others that I feel like I like more than this one looking back. So I'm curious if it's like the freshest in my mind that I like the most, how I feel about this one.
Okay, for green on the cover, I have 2 contenders. I've had this forever. This is a YA fantasy book about a girl that...
Megan is not a very good fantasy name.
Yeah. Her father disappeared. 10 years later, her brother also goes missing, and then she learns that she is actually the daughter of a fairy king. Oh. And so I'm wondering if they're disappearing to go there, or I don't know. So that would be a contender, or obviously Jade Sunny. I've had this forever as well. I've started this before, and it's one of those books, I feel like other people have said this too, like, I need a list of characters, a cast of characters, because the characters in this book go by their first name and their last name at different times. So like in one instance they'll be calling them by their first name, but in the second they'll be calling them by their last name. And if you don't know what their last name is, then you're like, who are they talking about? Mm-hmm. So I feel like I need a list of characters, but I have heard really great things about this series overall, so I do really want to get to it. It just depends on what my brain can handle. Yeah. Can it handle adult fantasy?
That's what I was just saying, and you were getting mad. That is so hypocritical.
But I feel like comparing City of Brass to that other book is kind of like polarizing.
I'm not comparing them.
Okay, that's fair.
They just had gold on the cover.
All right.
Like these both have green on the cover.
So there's that. I will say for sure we will be reading
Sunrise on the Reaping,
which comes out March 18th.
It was 16th.
No,
it is 18th. Darn.
And that's a for sure. They're like some of these books, if they have to go away to make room for that one, that's what's gonna happen because it is top of the priority list.
You know what book has green on the cover?
Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Yeah, I plan on reading that too as well.
Yes.
Okay. I haven't read that yet. I need to read that before I allow myself to read the other one, even though they don't go together. I'm still gonna do it.
Yeah. Okay, my last book is Flowers on the Cover, and I'm so ashamed. I started this last year. And, like, it's not that I've, like, been reading it since last year. I read a ton of it, and then I just stopped. Like, I felt like I kept forgetting what was going on.
Moved or something? Yeah.
Right, like, the packing phase. I wasn't really reading at all at that time, so she had to go. But I just saw my bookmark and I was on page 237, okay? This book is I only had about 100 pages left.
Oh no.
But I remember nothing except that, like, they're with this other professor guy. But anyways, this follows Emily Wilde. She's writing an encyclopedia of fairies in the first book. This is her map of the other lands. There you go. And there's also this, like, very funny relationship between her and this other professor, Wendell
Brambleby or something.
Bambleby. He's the best. He's so entertaining. Gets on her nerves so bad, but it's like
she needs him.
Yeah, but it's not
he balances her
He
out.
does nothing that, like, harms her. She's just so, like, particular that, like, he breathes her on and she gets mad, and it's really funny. She just gets flustered over everything. So I feel like now I've had a break. I can read this one and then the third one, and it'll be good. It'll be great. So I'm actually, now that I've talked about it, I'm more excited. I'm more confident in these choices.
That's good. It's always good. Okay. Well, these are the books we are hoping to get to in March. And then some. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope my reading goes up.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Okay. Let us know what you're planning on reading in the month of March. Are you planning on reading the new Hunger Games book?
Yes, I have to know. Who's your dream cast for Young Haymitch?
Yeah.
I can't decide.
And is anyone else just holding out hope that Woody Harrelson is going to, like, tell
Turn
his
back
story?
time.
So he'll be in it as Haymitch, as he is now, but telling the generation about his younger
I don't
self.
know about that, but we'll see.
It's what's going to happen.
Okay.
It really is. I believe it.
Okay.
Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye-bye.